Well, Israeli farmers were hit hard, and it's all a result of what happened on October 7th. While locals have jumped in to help, it hasn't been enough. To make up the shortfall, American farmers are bringing their much-needed skills to Israel's fields. CBN Middle East correspondent Julie Stahl reports.
Here on Moshav Dekel near Gaza, war prevented farmers from harvesting this eggplant crop.
They should have been harvested in November, December, and there was no workers. So, in a very literal sense, in Israel, the harvest is plentiful and the workers are few.
We didn't have water for our crops, and in October it was very hot here. And then after the water came back, the workers leave. We used to have foreign workers from Thailand.
That's when author Doug Hershey stepped in to help by arranging trips for farmers to come here.
I have a company called Ezra Adventures that is a travel company for small groups, but in Hebrew, Ezra means help. When you have specific skills from the States that connect with specific needs in Israel, and to be able to blend those, it's really been amazing.
Aner Agiv, a farmer here, is also head of security.
It's incredible that guys from another country decide to come here with on their own money and on their own spare time. They're also farmers as us. It's beautiful.
These volunteers behind me are picking strawberries less than 2 miles from the Gaza border. If they weren't here helping out, these strawberries wouldn't likely go to market.
We heard that there was a big need in this area since a lot of the farmers were called into the reserves and military, that a lot of the crops were going unharvested.
This is Katie Schertzer's first time in Israel.
Picking strawberries at home, we would be picking them down on the ground and not up in the air. So this is very cool to see. The people here are fantastic. Even though they're going through war right now, they're so giving at the same time.
Kelly Zimmerman, another first-timer, says she came to link arms and give support.
I think there's no better way than to show up in person, and we've experienced that. It means a lot to people here, and so it's been a beautiful thing so far.
But you came during a war. Were you afraid?
No. I love adventure.
What are you going to tell people when you go home?
Come to Israel. Experience it for yourself.
Bella, who owns the strawberry greenhouses, says without volunteers, she wouldn't have had a crop or income.
The volunteers did so much. I don't have enough words to thank them for what they did.
Danny, whose identity is hidden for security reasons, says for the last 6 months, this area has felt frozen in time, but the volunteers are helping bring it back to life.
So what do you think about these volunteers?
Oof, it's amazing. It's amazing. After the 7th of October, after the few months, it's hard for us to push. And these people come, with big heart to help us,
Pennsylvania farmers John Kreider and Jim Schertzer are helping Danny.
We're all farmers. We love working hard. We love the agriculture. We love working with farmers, the whole atmosphere. So it's just a chance to serve at what we're good at.
This morning we were cutting down trees that are around a water source that he is going to be using for expansion of his fields.
And their message when they go home,
just that they're good people. They've suffered a lot, but they're resilient and they're forging ahead, but they needed help.
It's a great country. Not to be cliche, but it's flowing with milk and honey. It's amazing to see green fields in the middle of the desert.
Hershey says they're stepping into the pages of the Bible to fulfill prophecy.
Isaiah 61 talks about strangers and foreigners coming to help, but not just help, working in the fields, tending the vineyards, and that's exactly what we've been doing.
He encourages others to step up and help.
There are tremendous needs here in this land. Israel is heartbroken. They are still grieving the losses of friends. They're still trying to figure out families that are scattered all over the place. This is the time to support Israel. You can support by prayer. You can support by financially giving. And there are opportunities, whether it's with groups with mine, with Ezra Adventures, or other opportunities. There are opportunities to come and help, to actually be involved.
He says it also honors the covenant God made with the Jewish people forever.
For Christians, if they've enjoyed their Jewish Bible and their Jewish Messiah, They've enjoyed the spiritual blessings of Israel, and Christians owe a debt according to Romans 15. And the way you repay that debt is to minister to Israel and to serve Israel with material needs. If there's ever been a time to do that, it's right now.
Julie Stahl, CBN News, Moshav Dekel, Southern Israel.
That is a wonderful declaration and in accordance with Scripture. And how can we help Israel today? Well, I've been to that Gaza envelope, and you look at Kfar Aza, which is one of the kibbutzes that was devastated on October 7th. The people who live there have questions. Can we ever go back? Can we ever unsee what we saw that day? If we get back within that community, will we just be plagued by the memory of it? And in that, you lose everyone who is working that land and making the desert bloom. And here's a fact you may not know. 60% of all the produce for Israel comes from that Gaza envelope. It's a huge need. And so it's wonderful to see people from America going there and saying, we can help you. We can be a part of it. If you aren't bringing the harvest in, that's a real big problem. It's a problem for Israel, and let's solve that problem. So if you and your church would like to get involved with projects in Israel, you can find more information about the one you just saw, Ezra Adventures. All you have to do is go to cbnnews.com.